Does it matter if Wrexham don't get promoted this season? Wrexham's championship playoff hopes have been dented after suffering back-to-back defeats for the first time since the opening two games of the 2025-26 campaign. Phil Parkinson's side sit 4 points adrift of 6th place with 4 games to play. It's still possible to finish in the top 6, though their playoff destiny is no longer in their own hands. But has the record-breaking nature of Wrexham's rise through the English Football League, with 3 successive promotions taking them from the 5th to the 2nd tier, set unrealistic expectations? BBC Sport examines whether it matters if Wrexham don't seal promotion to the Premier League this season at the first time of asking. Hollywood duo Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney, who recently changed his name from Rob McElhenney, have made their ambitions clear ever since their first interview as owners in 2021. A member of the media asked the actors what their perfect ending would be. Reynolds responded, "We'd be lying if it wasn't the Premier League." So far, so good. They're 1 promotion away from the top flight, and their latest accounts reveal a record turnover of £33.3 million in the process. But was it ever really the aim to make it 4 promotions in a row? At the start of their first season back in the 2nd tier of English football since 1982, Wrexham chief executive Michael Williamson told The Telegraph External that his aims for the season were championship survival, a mid-table finish, and to be competitive. He proposed this to Reynolds and Mechanic, who immediately responded by asking what it would take to reach the top 2. Williamson went on to say that after discussions between the club's hierarchy, they landed on, "Let's be competitive and see where we end up. If we can find ourselves in that position towards the back end of the season, I give us a very good shot of being in the playoffs," Williamson explained. "And then, ultimately, if we're in the playoffs, I give us a very good shot of getting promoted, just because of who we are and what we are and the DNA, the resilience, and what it means to this town and for the squad." The CEO also said that should promotion not be achieved this time, then that was okay too. Modernizing the historic Stoke racecourse, notably the Cop End, has been an ongoing project. The Red Dragons have been getting themselves Premier League ready for some time. They are future-proofing the club in all aspects, from the infrastructure to the number of people employed by the club. Before their championship debut, Wrexham added new TV gantries, moved the dugouts, and spent £2 million on adding undersoil heating to the pitch. Wrexham's Hollywood co-owners say their long-term ambition is to increase the club's stadium capacity to as much as 55,000. The original standing Cop Terrace was abandoned in 2007 and was unused until its demolition in January 2023. The work on a new 7,500 to 7,750 capacity stand only began in December 2025, so to fast-track its opening for a Premier League debut season in 2026 just wouldn't have been possible. Instead, the club are working towards an April 2027 target. Once the work is completed, the stadium will be able to host competitive Wales national team fixtures and UEFA-recognized matches, which in turn will further boost their revenue. Not sealing promotion this season would at least allow their redevelopment plans to remain on track without the added pressure of fast-tracking an upgrade for Premier League requirements. Player recruitment. A 3rd successive promotion came at a financial cost. Bolstering Parkinson's ranks by bringing in 13 players in the summer of 2025 cost the club around £30 million, the highest net spend in the Championship. The business they've done thus far has given the club a solid foundation beyond the end of this season. Just 4 players are out of contract this summer: Issa Kabore, Jay Rodriguez, Ruben Egan, and Aaron James. Of them, Kabore will be the biggest loss when he returns to Manchester City at the end of his loan. He ranks 10th in the most minutes played by a Wrexham player in the league this season. Rodriguez, who is injured, has only played 16 minutes of football in all competitions. Egan and James are not in the current squad. If Wrexham remain in the Championship, they will head into next season knowing the biggest part of their business has already been done. The main members of their playing squad have contracts beyond next season. They won't need to spend as much as they did before the 2025-26 campaign to compete again in the 2nd tier. Of course, if they did get promoted to the Premier League, then their needs may be different. But as it is estimated, Wrexham will report a turnover of between £46 million and £50 million for the year ending June 2026, they will be able to afford to bring in new additions if they wish, regardless of promotion.